nonfiction writing?
Creative nonfiction writing.
Creative nonfiction writing.
Creative nonfiction is all about storytelling.
Telling a story. Because it is a story and it's a story-based narrative, the author can be creative in how he or she forms the story.
Creative nonfiction is writing about real facts in an interesting way, and that can be achieved through a personal voice, narrative, and characters, but it is ultimately grounded in reality.
Its ability to use the same methods that someone would use in fiction in a realistic and practical way to shape someone's perspective and really change the way they approach the world.
And similar to fiction, creative nonfiction is not necessarily bound by, strict rules of form and structure.
You have to really focus in on the areas of tension within that story.
So one of the things that differentiates creative nonfiction writing from, say, memoir writing is that you're not telling your own experience, you're not telling one of your own stories, although you can still tell a deeply personal story or anecdote or use yourself as a character to illuminate like a broader subject. You just don't write about yourself.
The thing that goes along with finding the areas of tension is also being very conscious of who the characters are.
Creating strong characters and taking the time to develop them, give lots of details, really hone who your characters are so your readers stay really engaged.
Who's really involved in this story, and bringing those characters to life is really important. So what they look like, what they do, what they sound like, the way they speak, all those different things, and really making them like real people in your writing.
It's about crafting a narrative that a reader can really get into and relate to.
You have to make that story and those characters engaging and compelling for the reader. So you have to make it something where the reader should pay attention to what you're writing about. Why should the reader care about this? And so as a writer, writing creative nonfiction, you have to answer that question.
And in that way, creative writing in a nonfiction setting is literally, it can be socially transforming. And I think that's a very important thing.
But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now.